So, brothers and sisters, I don't know if you know where Azerbaijan is on the map, but this country has been a key geopolitical country, okay, for Turkey and also for European and Western countries in general. This used to be a former Soviet republic. It's located very close to Russia in the Caspian Sea. Now, this country has been involved in few things recently. One of them was, if you remember well, the president of Iran. He was traveling on a helicopter after he visited the country, and he lost his life in a helicopter crash in the mountains. So still unknown the reason why the helicopter failed, but there's quite a lot of conspiracies saying that Israel was involved. Why would they say this? Well, they actually say this because Azerbaijan and Israel, they have very close relationships. In fact, in the latest attack by Israel to Iran, some of the drones that attack Iran, they apparently came from Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan has been hiding this information, but very recently, there is a region in the northern part of Iran which borders the country, and the Azerbaijani government or spokesperson, the news, they're actually saying that this region belongs to them, and they could deploy soldiers there if they wanted to and take this region. So you can see this is causing many geopolitical concerns to Iran and to other countries in the region. Azerbaijan is a very, very small country. The capital is Baku. However, as it's close to the Caspian Sea, they have large reserve of oil. And this oil and gas is wanted by who? By the West. Now, Turkey and Azerbaijan, they have some cultural similarities. And Turkey has always been supporting this country in the war against Armenia, which is another country that has been in big trouble with Azerbaijan. Therefore, a bloody war for a couple of territories for a very long time. And all of a sudden, Armenia decided to stop it. France also got involved. They even spoke with Russia, and they say Azerbaijan is misbehaving here. And we support France, we support Armenia. We're arming them now, and we want them to become part of the European Union. So if Azerbaijan continues to do what they're doing to Armenia, we might have to get involved with the authorization. And this was a call between Macron and Vladimir Putin. As you can see, Azerbaijan is a country that is causing some issues in the region. Now, what happened recently is extremely important because Western countries, they're looking for alternatives to Russian gas, to Russian oil. And Azerbaijan not only has reserves of this, it has been one of the countries that has been supporting Russia to sell their oil to other countries in Europe. Now, with the recent war of Ukraine, Azerbaijan has created a pipeline that goes through Romania and provides energy to Ukraine. And the Russians were not happy with this. Not only that, Azerbaijan has plans to actually start selling the reserves to European countries, which in the past was something Russia was really concerned about, and they put pressure for them not to do it. Now, yesterday, Russia did a strike the Kyiv Baku Gas Corridor, which is extremely important because it helps Ukraine to obtain more reserves of gas, which have been under attack by the Russians in the last 2 years. Okay, obviously Russia wants to make sure that Ukraine gives up, and in order to do that, they have been attacking energy infrastructure to make it difficult for the Zelensky government to continue ruling. If people have no gas, they have no heat, they'll get angry with the actual government. So they have been using this as a strategy. Similarly, Ukraine has also been attacking Russian energy facilities for a very long time. This includes the two gas pipelines that bring that used to bring gas from Russia into Germany. Okay, and the Western news have blamed Ukraine for this, although many said that this was the US that was completely involved in the blowing up of these two gas pipelines. Okay, so now there has been an attack on the Orlovka gas compressor station. This is how it's called, which is located on the border with Romania and Ukraine. And this was carried out overnight yesterday. And this became a critical blow, not only to Ukraine's energy sector, but also to Azerbaijan's Western alliance strategy. So according to the media reports, the plan was used to supply gas to Ukraine, including under the agreement between Naftogaz and SOCAR, which are two companies. So Russia used the Geran drones, okay, these flying mopeds, and they struck this target in the Izmail district in the city of Odesa. Okay, this is in the south. Okay, and this city have access to the Black Sea, and it has been a target for the Russians for a very long time, and it's still under Ukrainian control. Although there are many people in Odessa that they agree with Russia and they want to be liberated, but it's a large population of Odessa that disagree. Anyways, this has been one of the points in the war where Ukrainians have been thinking that the Russians would have been able to launch an amphibious invasion through that point. So they mine all the beaches and they prepare fortifications in case the Russians decide to do so. Now, the Russians have bombed this pipeline, okay? And they also, this affected areas near Orlovka and Novoselskoye, and the plant was left partially inoperable, so it cannot work anymore. So experts, they see this as a clear signal from Russia to Aliyev, who is the president of Azerbaijan, and they're clearly sending a message here that any attempts to build supply routes that bypass Russia can be easily disrupted. Now, Azerbaijan has had few problems with Russia as well, because some Russians that escaped Russia because they thought they would be mobilized after the war started, many of them are liberals, they disagree with Putin and all that, they have been attacked in Azerbaijan by the Azerbaijani security services. Similarly, the Russians have been doing something against some Azerbaijanis gangs or gypsy mafia in their own country. And this is the reason why Azerbaijani security forces decided to attack these Russian citizens living in Azerbaijan. Now, there was some gypsy crime king in Russia that he was arrested while he was driving his car, okay, some Mercedes G-Wagon or something like that. And there's a whole video of him getting arrested, him trying to escape, pushing the police with the car, and then being neutralized and put down on the ground, facing down on the ground and arrested. So since then, Russia has been basically going after these Azerbaijani gangs that, according to Geran, are creating too many problems in Russia. So Azerbaijan has decided to also attack Russian citizens. So you can see this social problem is escalating into some kind of geopolitical problem between these two countries. And as I said before, Azerbaijan is supported by Turkey, okay, who has been supporting Azerbaijan in the war against Armenia by providing Baku drones, which are highly advanced technologically, and they have been used to attack Armenians, which they haven't received much support from any other countries. Russia was there, positioned in the border between these two countries in the disputed territories in order to avoid further escalations. But Armenia requested Russia to leave, the Russian peace forces to leave, which they did. And after that, he gave up some territories, which created a massive dispute within his country, Armenia. So say, now Azerbaijan is basically a target for many countries, including Iran, including Russia. It's a really tiny country. France might be interested as well in regime change in that country. And we'll see what's going to happen soon. But it seems like a small country that, to be honest, have no much strength without the support of Turkey, is looking for troubles everywhere. I'll continue informing you.